Okay guys, so now we're going to go through the operation of the power load if you lose power to the power load. So how you know you lose power to the power load is, remember we talked about when you release the cot jumps up a couple inches. When you have no power to the power load, what you'll notice is the cot doesn't jump up those couple inches, and I'll show you. So I go to release it, I pull the cot out, and nothing happens, so it doesn't jump up. That's your sign that you need to be ready to hold the weight of the cot. So when that cot doesn't jump up, at that point, I'm going to grab it like I'm going to hold the weight, and I'm just going to walk it out. Now at this point, you can still have power to your cot. Don't necessarily lose power to both of them. If you had power to your cot, hit your plus button. If you don't have power to your cot, you want to squeeze your manual release. But right now I've got power to my cot, so I'm going to hold my plus button down. So I have my legs down, and you can kind of tell I'm actually still suspended in the air because those arms, the hydraulic arms, are still actually underneath the cot. They're there because I loaded the cot with power and then I lost power. So those arms are still underneath the cot. When that happens, I need to get my arms down, but my cot's still suspended in the air. So let's look on the side of the trolley again. In the other video, we talked about the arrows operating the arms when you have green lights. Well, I don't have green lights anymore, so these arrows do nothing for me. This is my power button. In a perfect world, you can just click that power button and turn it back on and you're ready to go. But let's say there's a failure and that power button is not working. That's when this button comes into play, which is your manual dump button. You push that button in to let out the hydraulic to let those arms down. So I'll squeeze that button in, I'll push that button in, and that gets my cot down to the ground. Now, while I still have that button pressed in, you can actually see these arms underneath the cot. You can see them leaking down a little bit. But I don't want to sit here for 20 minutes and wait for them. So while I have my button pressed in, I'm going to reach up underneath and push my arms down. Again, I have to have that button pushed in while I do that. So now I'm done with that. My arms are down. I don't have any power to the load, so I can't hit my release button because they don't talk to each other anymore. So I'm going to use my manual release just like when we talked about no power to the cot. I'm going to use my manual release again to unlock the cot and then slide it off. Okay, so that was unloading without power to the power load. Now it's time to